Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Gigi, how are you, girl? Yes. Happy Tuesday. Have a beautiful day. Thank you so much, Gigi. Yes, I'm out here. Y'all can see it's barely, the sun's not quite up yet. That's okay. Gotta do what you gotta do. Yes. Awesome. Awesome. Ooh, at least it's a little cooler out here this morning. That's the main thing. So I'm out here quite early. I forgot to clean off my glass. Got my glasses on. I always carry them with me in case I need them, which I don't wear them on the inside. I only wear them for distance. So if I need to think I need to see something in the distance, then I have to bring them out. Oh my gosh. So happy to see all of you all up this early in the morning. Yeah. Oh my goodness. It feels so good out here. It feels so good. Hey, how are you doing, Peggy? Good morning. Good morning. Welcome in. Welcome in. Yes, as you all can see, turn this around for a little bit. The lights are still on out here, just above daytime or daylight. Sunrise. That's what I'm trying to think of. Just about. Whew, I feel like I'm tired already. Oh my God. Y'all can see my early morning path. I haven't actually. I'm walking through the neighborhood park right now. And even though it's a neighborhood park, you got to keep your eyes and ears open. But I'm not out here by myself. There's other people walking as well. They just either a good amount ahead of me or a little bit behind me. Catherine, how are you? Brian, welcome in. Yes, friendly reminder that being religious, okay, yes. Hey, Janice, welcome in, welcome in. If I missed anybody, up ahead. Let's see, who is that? Joanne. Hey, Joanne. And who is that? Hope. Hey, Hope. Yes. Awesome, awesome. Ooh. So I am now headed, as you all can see, this little entrance right here out of this park and onto the street. And they watering out here. It's not actually raining, but the streets are wet because the what do you call it? The oh my gosh, what do you call those things? The faucets. The faucets. Come on now. Oh well. Let's just say they are watering. Yeah. Whew. Man, this feels good out here from the temperatures that I've been walking in. So yes, awesome, awesome, awesome. Hey Debbie, how are you? Welcome in, welcome in. Yeah. Tristan, welcome. Hello. Yes. Peggy and Hope is here. Morris, yes, sprinklers. Yes. Sprinklers. Oh my God. You know, that reminds me that sometimes when you're just doing something really simple, you could be writing something. Yeah, mostly writing something. And sometimes, at least for me, I should say, sometimes the least little thing will catch you off guard and stump you. You'll be writing, you'll say, so and so and so is so and so and so. And for me, there have been times that I went, is, is, what is, is? How do you spell is? And it's like you just have a moment or something in time, or I don't know what is, or you be like, duh, how you spell So that's what that is when I couldn't think of the of the word sprinklers. Yes. Mom says, "Good morning, good morning, Miss Pam. I pray I am having a wonderfully blessed day. This is about the time I usually try to get out here, and it is wonderful. It is wonderful. So today, I don't know how far I'm going. I play it by ear every day, but it came to me the other day because I was talking to someone and I was listening to what they were saying. And they were saying that people need to people need to communicate more often. That's one person was saying that. The other person was saying, well, we talk all the time. And I thought to myself, talking is not communication. Talking is not communicating. We talk all day long. We talk when we go to the grocery store and we see the cashier and we strike up a conversation. And that's talking. We talk when we are in a setting of friends and groups of people, family, and we're having conversation. But that conversation is not communicated. When you communicate, there's a purpose behind what you are saying to someone, and you have to be the person that if you are the one starting this communication, you want to be understood. But they on the other end have to understand, which means they also have to listen. And behind every communication, there's a purpose, a reason. There's something that you need the other person to understand. And sometimes, sometimes this is where we run into difficulty in our relationships. It could be relationship with mother and father, relationship with your sisters, your brothers, your aunts, your uncles, your spouse, your children, your co-workers, your co-parishioners. It could be anybody because you're trying to communicate something with them, and you're perceived as talking because that's what you're doing. But when you communicate, you're telling someone something for a purpose that needs to be understood. Like if you need your kids to clean up their room, then that needs to be communicated to them, not just, oh, I need to talk to them about cleaning up their room. And you're sitting on the side of the bed talking to them about, you see that pile of clothes over there? You haven't hung up anything in a week. I thought I told you to clean up this room. That is not communicating. That is talking. You're talking about what they haven't done. You're talking about what you told them to do, but you're not effectively communicating what you need. Instead, maybe the approach needs to be, I see that you haven't cleaned up your room. Did you know that that was one of the rules in the household? They need to then respond. You have to bring them into what you're communicating with them about to make sure they are understanding what you're saying. Because see, you can say all that. And this is even in the workplace. This is not necessarily about kids. I ain't had no more kids at home. In the workplace. And maybe John comes to work every day. And when John gets to work, you already at work. And John comes in and sits his coffee cup on your desk and wants to chat for 5 to 10 minutes. And you're looking at John like, you need to keep it moving because I've been here for 30, 45 minutes, an hour, and I'm getting my work done, and you're interrupting. And besides that, you're putting your coffee cup on my desk and it could spill over. So instead of engaging in talk with John, oh, good morning, John. How are you today? Yes, I've been here for a while. So you're just getting in here. Why are you putting your coffee cup on my desk? Something's in my shoe. Sorry about that. You putting your coffee cup on my desk? There's laughter and play in that sentence. And John is thinking, oh, I'm just stopping here for a minute. So set my coffee cup down while I chat with you. You thinking to yourself, I don't want to chat. That's not what I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to get this work done. So when 5 o'clock comes, I get to walk out the door. Okay. All right. All right, Tristan. Have a blessed day. Have a blessed day. And so you need to communicate that to John. And sometimes when we communicate with someone, our tone of voice needs to say, this is business. I'm not playing. Okay. Morning. You don't have to be argumentative. You don't have to be mean, but it can be firm. Instead of saying that, you can say, good morning, John. I really would appreciate it if you would not sit your coffee cup on my desk. Do you do you get why I don't want your coffee cup on my desk? And you're talking to John in the same manner, but you're asking him for his response, which lets you know he understood. It lets you know he heard you. And sometimes, even with our spouses, we say, oh, you don't communicate. And you're thinking to yourself, we talk all the time. That's the problem. You talk all the time, but you're not communicating. Did you tell your spouse, I am headed to the grocery store? Is there anything specific that you need that may not be on my list? You, when it comes to spouses, you are letting them know what you're doing, why you're doing it, when you're doing it, without being a calendar to the spouse. Now you go to the grocery store, but maybe while you're at the grocery store, you decide to get your nails done. I'm not saying call home and say, John, I left the grocery store. I'm going to get my nails done. I just turned around. I'm going to get my nails done. No. If your whole routine happens to come into play, that's a different thing. But you need to communicate. If your spouse is throwing his dirty laundry on the floor, expecting you to come and pick it up, instead of leaving it there, instead of going to his area of the house that he's typically in or something and messing something up, tit for tat, getting it back, you need to communicate effectively. You could do that while even picking up. Now, Babe, you see me picking these clothes up. You know, it would really help me, and I would greatly appreciate it if when you take your clothes off, even if you can't fold them up and put them in the laundry basket, just at least toss them in the laundry basket because I have so much on my plate that I'm doing, and it would ease my burden. And if it would make it easier, since you seem to always drop your clothes on the floor in this spot right here, how about this? I'm going to put the laundry basket right here in this spot so you can still drop them. Same spot, no more effort on your part, nothing different on your part. Just drop them in the basket. Come in on the Joe. Welcome in, girl. You up early. Welcome in, welcome in. Your oh my volume. Thank you for saying that. Oh geez. I have to remember when I'm walking the way I carry my phone, I actually have the palm of my hand over my mic. So, KT, thank you for that. Because I'm perfectly sound better now. Let me know. Do I sound better now? Because I moved the palm of my hand off of the bottom of my phone, which is where the mic is. They should have put the mic at the top. I'm gonna blame that one on Apple. How about that? Woo, they should have put it on top. Yes. Let me know if y'all can hear me better. Not for me. Maybe it's a mute issue. Oh, okay. Across the street. Yes. I wish you lived next door to me. I would just pop on to listen to you across the street. Yes, it sounds better. I hear you. Okay, perfect. I have my hand over the bottom of the mic. That is actually, and I got a very small tripod. Uh, I might see if that'll work a little better for me on Thursday. Uh, my comfort level when I'm walking with my phone is to put that part of the phone into my palm, almost like a cup, where it sits down in there. That's how it's holding. The problem with just holding it on the sides is the fact that they got all these buttons on both sides. And if you hold it too tight, or you need to grip it for whatever reason, that's going to do something to the line, bottom line. So I'm trying not to hold it by the buttons. And the buttons are right there in the middle. Let me see here. Right there in the middle. Grab this right. So I'm gonna check out that small tripod and see if it would be better. Because the tripod would fit in the palm of my hand. It's a very small one. It's not even I don't even know if it's a tripod. It's just a little block. That's a square block like that. And it opens up. And you can actually put your phone on in any way. Whenever I'm recording in my car, it's what I use. I was in the car now, actually. Yes. Yes. Okay. So KT says that they can hear me. Yes, absolutely. And you know what? I would love to see everybody do. Everybody. I would like to see you all. Y'all see me jump? Oh my God. I walked into something, spider web, cobweb, or something. Y'all see me jump. I was like, what is that? Ew. Somebody asked me the other day in my comments, they said, I see you always have something on your head. Now, is anything wrong? I'm like, ain't nothing wrong. I just don't want anything in my head. Because, see, if I had walked into that, I could have, there have been times because things hang from these trees. I'm going to show y'all these trees I'm walking under. You see these trees? I'm constantly walking under these trees. Number one, even the mist from overnight is in the tree. And sometimes if it's a squirrel or something up in the tree and it's running through the branches, that makes some of that water fall off. Birds and other creatures up in the tree, and you know what they letting out. Ah! And so I don't want any of that in my head. So I tend to always wear something on my head when I'm walking, if I'm not doing anything else. And sometimes when you see me on my garden channel and I got it on, I probably just came inside. And depending on what's out there, because see, I got those trees. Although my big tree in my yard fell and we had to have it removed, I still got all those trees that surround. That's why y'all hear those birds. And trust me, they fly over my head. Some days they're more active than others. There have been plenty of times that I'm going outside. Those birds were active. And I was like, let me go put some on my head, okay? Because they probably feel like I'm in their territory anyway. So I don't know if they feeling it or liking me so much. But I would like to, back to what I was saying. I would do not get distracted. I would like to see everybody that's in the chat, everybody in life. But right now, everybody in the chat that can, I want you all to type in the chat the word yet. YET. Type yet in the chat if you are able to. I know some people are just listening, driving, working, doing whatever. But type yet in the chat. I was wondering if there was a reason for your head pieces. Thanks. I do, yes, ma'am. There's a reason, and it doesn't have anything to do with my hair, other than I don't want nothing in it because I do not want to have to wash it. So yeah, I wear something on my head when I'm walking and exercise outdoors, especially. Sometimes you might see me on a cooking video, and I'll have my cap on. That's twofold. One, the cap is merch. I want people to know you can buy a cap. Same thing with the scaredy cat cap. That's one for those. But also two, on those days I used to have my hair twisted, and I didn't feel like freshening up none of my twists. Honestly, I didn't feel like doing it, so put a cap on. If you see me with a hat and a cap on, there's nothing wrong with my head. Praise be to God. At least not now. I'm just wearing, and I do like hats. I actually have. I have boxes and boxes of hats. I just like hats. Um, Before I went natural, I used to wear hats all the time. Unfortunately, now, depending on how I have my hair, I can't get half of them on. Oh, I can't get half of them on, so they just put in the hat box. Yes. So you all put yet in. Why did I have you all put yet in the chat? Because I want everybody to start using the word chat, the word yet, in whatever capacity that you are trying to do something. Stop saying, I can't do this. I can't use AI. Just use the word yet. I can't use AI yet. You're trying to lose weight. I can't lose weight yet, or I haven't lost any weight yet. All right. I need to clean up my house, but I haven't started yet. Even if yet is tomorrow, yet. Yet means it is to come. So we need to start using the word yet on the end of our sentence more than anything else. We shouldn't say, I can't, I don't, I don't have so and so yet. I don't have my pantry fully stocked. Don't end that sentence with that. End that sentence with yet. Okay? Linda, how are you? Yes. Life and death or the power of the tongue. Love this absolutely. Stop putting an in and a determining factor of fact on what you're trying to do. Y'all just don't know. I be trying to do everything, everything. And I'll just say, yet. Give you an example. Ola Joe that's in the chat now. Y'all don't know her. Check her out. She's my mom. She crochets beautifully. She has been trying to teach me to crochet for as long as we've known each other. And I have crocheted a couple of things. And when I first tried, I told her, I said, I don't want to crochet a pot holder. I want to crochet a hat. This was the first thing I ever crocheted in my entire life. I said, I don't know how to crochet yet. Yet. Okay. Then after I finished that project, she said, well, what you want to do next? I said, I want to make a handbag, a whole purse. I still would say I can't crochet yet. Still say I can't crochet yet because I want to make a cardigan. Yes. Ah, I jumped from the pot to the frying pan. I know. Bye, KT. Have a wonderful, blessed day. Thank you for coming in. Good morning. Yes. So, yes, let's put enjoy your walk. I am. I've already passed the first mile. And today, I don't know if you all saw it, I'll be posting it on my community tab later today. But I entered into a challenge for walking and running. And it was a marathon challenge. They want you to run complete a marathon, which is 26.2 miles between August 1st, I think September 1st, might be September 30th, but it was September something. So I entered and I have, as of we're speaking right now, when I started out this morning, I had about 2.5 miles to reach, have walked the whole marathon. And so I got another mile and a half to go. So you know I'm not gonna stop today before I get that mile and a half in so I can finish that challenge. And I will have met that challenge in 10 days. So it took me 10 days to walk 26.2 miles. So I'm ready for the next challenge. One day, I'll be able to solidly walk and or run that, but not yet. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Oh, yes. Let's see. Hey, Mitchell, I can't see the first name. I see it says in something. Print is very small on here. Health is wealth. Absolutely. Health is wealth and knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. So we should always try to continue to learn something in any arena of life. It doesn't matter what it is, it doesn't matter how small you may. Oh, my covering up my mic again. I just saw it. It doesn't matter. I know that's better. And I also have, there we go. Sorry about that. I turned the phone sideways, trying to get my hand off of the bottom of it and just to hold it. I'm definitely going to try that little tripod because I think that'll be easier because I won't have the mic covered up because I had a bottom of the tripod in my hand. We'll see how that works. Yes. Hey, Dupree. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome in. Keep learning, keep learning. You know, we've all heard that, especially when it comes to exercise, if you don't use it, you lose it. Well, let me just say this. Good morning. Let me just say this. That is true. If you don't use your muscles, you'll lose it. But that's also true for our brain function. If you stop reading, stop learning, stop trying, you lose that functionality. I mentioned when I first started walking that I couldn't think of the word sprinklers, okay, out here. And I talked about how sometimes we could be writing something, and sometimes the simplest words will stop us and we'll think to ourselves, is, what is is? How do you even spell is? What does that mean? What is that? The same principles work over everything. It's like if I stopped reading and writing, I won't say that you won't know how to read, but your fluency in reading may slow down. If you read fast and you stop reading and say 2, 3, 4 years go by, you pick up nothing to read. And then you pick up something, a book, the Bible, anything, and you go to read it. Your fluency of reading will have depreciated. So it is important. You're so welcome, and it's important to use whatever you have. If you have a skill, maybe it's a learned skill, maybe it's I call it a born with skill, something you inherited, something that you're able to do, you've always been able to do. It's kind of like you were just born with it, you didn't have to learn it and you understand it. But if you stop using it, y'all don't hear me, I know. If you stop using it, you got to keep using what you got, whatever it is. Because if you don't use it, you will lose it. And as time goes on and as we age, let me see. Let me go back up here. Hey, Edmund, good morning. Good morning. If you all are subscribed to the channel, take a second and subscribe to the channel. But if you don't use it, you lose it. So if you have a skill or something, I'm going to give you an example. For those of you all who have seen or know of my youngest son that comes on my cooking channel, messes with me sometimes out in the garden. He helped me put up the last garden thing. That son, that son is not only a cook, trained chef, he's been to school, whereas I haven't. Not only is that, he is an artist. And everyone in the family, we say he inherited from me. I used to love to sketch and draw when I was a young child, very young child, like first grade, second grade age. Every single day, every day, I come home from school. And back in the day, we had homework, but we didn't have homework, okay? We might have had to write our letters or whatever. So I would do my homework, have dinner, and I would sit in my dining room. And my mother would make sure the lights was on bright. And I would take the newspaper because, see, back in the day, I didn't have a lot of examples. And I think back then, our TV at least was still black and white. Okay? Yeah, buddy, black and white. Anyway, I would take the entire comic strips of the newspapers and I would take drawing paper and I would literally redraw all of my favorite cartoons. Because back then the newspaper was popular. That's what we had. Besides the nightly news or the evening news, we had our newspaper for our news. So we got it every day. Uh, wasn't even delivered back then. We had to go to the corner store. So typically, by the time I got home from school, my mom had been to this the corner store to get the newspaper. And I would draw whatever my favorite ones were, whichever ones I wanted to draw, the whole strip, the whole comic strip, the little boxes, what they said, identically to the way it looked. And as I got older, I stopped. Okay. By the time I had my youngest son, and he started drawing about that same age, and my earliest remembrance of him drawing, which we and him talk about it now, you know, we weren't getting the paper then, but he drew a cartoon that would come on TV, and that cartoon was called Kids Next Door. And he drew each character individually. And that's my first recollection of saying, oh my God, my child can draw like I did. And now he actually went to an art school as well for his high school. The boy can draw, but I can't. I mean, I'm pretty sure that if I set my mind to it, I could do all right. But I can't draw like I used to because I stopped. So I'm telling you, for whatever it's worth, don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Whatever it is you can do, keep doing it. Whew. Okay, my app just told me, whew, I just hit 2 miles. So yeah, I got a half to go to get that challenge done. Good morning. I have a half mile to go to get that challenge done. I know I'll make that because it's gonna take me a whole mile just to get back to the beginning. Whew. All right, y'all. I got that half mile to go. So I said all that to say, whatever your talent is, whatever your God given talent is, whatever your natural talent is, whatever your learned talent is, and I call it all talent. They're gifts, and gifts are talents because everybody doesn't have it. And don't compare yourself with anybody because what Joe can do, John can't. And even if John can't do it, he can't do it like Joe do it because he ain't Joe. So whatever your gift is, whatever your talent is, you do you. Okay? It's in the street. And nobody can do you like you because there is nobody like you. Okay? I can't be nobody else. I can't do anything. Hey, Susan. Hello, the ringmaster. Is that what that says? Yes. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hold on. Okay, here's something. All right. Yes. Can't nobody do you like you because ain't nobody you. Okay? They might can do stuff similar to you. Even Your own offspring, your own children. People are always very quick to say, oh, they look just like so and so. And they do. But at the end of the day, they are themselves. They are not you. I had the hardest time in the beginning, and not in the beginning of my marriage, but after we had kids, trying to tell my husband that our kids, all of them, they're not like me and they're not like you. He didn't understand. And kept trying to tell him every child, I don't care who the child is born to, I don't care if they have a single parent or two parents or no parents. They were born from and unto two people. But they themselves were born. And by that, I mean every child. So when you have a child and maybe your relationship went sour and you're not with the father anymore and you say, man, they got habits like them. No, what they have is a third, a third, and a third. They have habits like him. They have habits like you. They got they are. They are a third. They are a third of their father, known or unknown, around or not. They are a third of their mother, known or unknown, around or not. And that last third is themselves. That last third is themselves. So you can't look at a child and say, oh, I wish they didn't have that. Because when you look back at yourself, when you're talking about something else, oh, I wish they didn't have his so and so habit. Well, if you look deep enough, they probably got a habit from you that you don't like. And then they got a habit from themselves. And I was finally able to convey this to him. My grandmother always told me, you can be anything. Yes, absolutely right, Ola Joe. And I was finally able to convey that message to him when I gave him this example. I said, now, let's just take our kids, okay? Any kids. You've been raised in a environment. Good morning. You've been raised in an environment of two-parent home, single parent home, however you were raised, but you were raised very well. When I say very well, I don't mean materially very well. Good morning again. I don't mean materially very well. I mean, you were taught right from wrong. You were told and taught your manners. You were given opportunities to advance and to grow and to participate in things. You were taught how to be a friend in order to have friends. You were taught how to say, excuse me, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, or even just yes and no. You were given the opportunities to do everything what most people would say the right way, the correct way, a good way. But then this child grows up and this child made A's, B's, some C's, participated in sports, giving them an additional good background. And they grow up and do something crazy, like be a mass shooter. I told him, if any one of our kids grow up and do something crazy like that, turn out they a mass shooter or something like that. I'm like, I don't know about you, but that ain't my third. He said, it ain't my third either. I said, exactly. Because we did everything we could do. That's they third. That's themselves. There's something in them that made them do that. Because we ain't teach them that. We ain't teach them nowhere near nothing like that. So now how is that gonna be like me or like you? And when I explained it to him like that, now let him tell the story. He the one came up with that. I'm like, let me tell you something. These kids go out here and do something crazy. That ain't on me, because that's not even in my background. If nobody in your family did anything crazy like that, nobody in his family did anything crazy like that, how you gonna say that's him, you, or me? No. I said, I ain't taking a rap for it. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna say, oh, I should have did this, or I should have did that. No, I did exactly what I was supposed to do, however I was supposed to do it, when I was supposed to do it. Good morning. And if that's how they turned out, that ain't my fault. So we do the best that we can do. But I don't even know how I got on that part. Woo, y'all taking me all over the place today. We done talked about some of everything. I am going up. Ooh, this is the steepest hill that I have to go up. Oh my God. I don't know what the elevation is on this hill, but Jesus, I'm gonna turn the camera around. You can't even see. See, you can't even see over the hill up there because it may not look like a big incline, but it is. You can't even see over the hill. Oh my God. So this is the struggle hill. That's what I like to call it. Because this is the biggest, now it's not the biggest one in the subdivision, but it's the biggest one on this particular route. This is my favorite route, but it is the biggest one on this route. Yes. So I got a few more steps, whew, and I'll be at the top of this hill. I have to keep looking around. I just have to. Oh my God. Oh, few more steps and I'll be on flat terrain. Now I'm gonna turn the camera around again. See, it's flat now. It's a curve up there, so you can't see around the curve, but you see it's flat. It's flat, so you don't have to look up the hill. Oh, Jesus. I remember a few years ago, I could walk up that hill like I was walking on flat land. I know Mitchell said, you got this. Yeah, that's the struggle hill. Ooh, Jesus. I got up it though. I'm gonna keep getting up to one day, I'm gonna walk up that hill with y'all like I'm walking on flat land. And I'm not gonna be breathing all hard like I am now. But that's okay. I ain't mad at it because I have talked the whole way through this 3 mile line, which honestly is a feat within itself. It takes a lot to talk and walk. And I typically walk by myself. So those of you all who can walk and can have a companion when you're walking, don't just walk, talk. But even then, when you're walking and talking, you're not talking constantly and consistently. I've literally been talking constantly and consistently, with the exception of a few pauses here and there. Because when you're walking with someone, you're hopefully engaged in a conversation. And in that conversation, You allow the other person a chance to talk. And depending on the person and what kind of talk they doing, they can talk half the walk and you're silent. So that means you're not talking, you're walking. That means you're listening, and walking, which is a good thing to listen. But if you want to build up that stamina, the best way to do it is to talk as you walk. Morning is to talk as you walk. You'd be amazed. All right. Have a blessed day, Ola Joe. Take care and be safe. Love you. Whew, these cars go by. Oh, all right. The water just went off where I need to walk. I'm so thankful because I was going to go another way because I was not going through that water. Yes. Awesome, awesome, awesome. The ringmaster. We've got 5 kids, 14 to 21. Maybe I'll make them all take me for a walk each month. That sounds wonderful. Kids are not too young. And if you, when it comes to exercising and working out, ringmaster and everybody, sometimes we think we don't need to worry about our kids literally exercising because they're active. Okay, I don't know what that was. Because they're active. And when they are active, then you feel like, okay, well, I don't need to necessarily have them do any actual regimen as far as working out is concerned. So that is amazing, amazing, amazing. Yes. Sunshine lady. Earlier, thank you for coming in. Yes, I'm just looking back up the chat right now. Terry says, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes. And see, intro. Hello, 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 intro. Welcome in, welcome in. Awesome, awesome. I said hey to Edmund. Let's see here. Trying to see here. This will come up. Ooh, I am so glad you all came and hung out with me. Appreciate each and every one of you all. I am just about back. I am going to have me some water and sit down for a minute. Yes, I have made my 3 miles. So I am happy about that. Thank you all for joining me on this amazing walk. If all goes well, life goes well, and the weather holds up, I'll be back Thursday morning. So don't forget to hit that notification bell so that when I pop up, you all will know and can join me on the walk. Until then, let's see. What that came up? Okay. All right, there we go. Until then, good morning. Hey. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So, and whoever Haywood is, I don't have a wig. I don't wear wigs. So thank you for that wonderful compliment. Okay. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So I will talk to you all on Thursday. Love you. Have a blessed day. And I'll see you soon. Bye bye.